Keystone State of Pennsylvania, the Eagles and the Steelers are underway. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush. Now a timeout called for by the defense. Just their first in this half. We'll step aside and come right back. So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack. Back to throw, Fields. Pass complete, George Pickens with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat with the defense. Is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
Now a first down throw, Fields. Flush to his right. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nolan Smith, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
A handoff for Warren. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jalen Warren with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Boswell good for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Britton Covey going to bring it out of his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. We are just getting started here at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. 1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Running again with Barkley on second down. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a third and just a few inches. Hurts. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. T.J. Watt drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is power.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of...
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
Under pressure, they got him again. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. So that now back-to-back drive CD that have ended with an interception.
I don't know about you, but I'd call my quarterback over, put an arm around him, and say, hey, take a look at the scoreboard. We're playing with a lead. Let's be smarter about what we're doing out there.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight. As we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. They trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't, but of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter. And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. T.J. Watt, his second sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they'll get to him right away as he's taken down right there at the 44. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. On the give, it's Warren. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ball game. On 1st down, Fields. He finds Pickens over the middle. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So that's the end of 3 here in Super Bowl 59 from Caesar Superdome. The 4th and final quarter coming right up. Here's Fields. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Justin Fields. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Pass complete, Goddard. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Here's Hurts to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
This offense has had its troubles moving the ball all night. So now you get in this situation, hard to imagine that suddenly they're going to start clicking and moving the ball downfield.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. On first down, it's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. The Pittsburgh Steelers have won the Super Bowl. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the Steel City.